Hello children, today we are going to do Journey to the End of the Earth by Tishani Doshi. We'll talk about Antarctica and its condition. So this is Antarctica, how it looks. Here comes the lesson from the bottom of the world. The lesson revolves around the world's most preserved place, Antarctica. Not many people have been there, but out of the few that have been there, Tishani Doshi is one of them, who went on an expedition with a group of teenagers affiliated with Students on Ice program, who takes young mind to different ends of the world. Thus, it gives an insight in how Antarctica is the place you should visit to have a glimpse of the past, present, and future in its realist form. What can you say about Antarctica? That of all the deities on planet, here is unquestionably the most sought after, most shapely, most spectacularly difficult to reach. That Antarctica is virginal and ancient simultaneously, frozen, still and furiously moving. Ishani Doshi finds herself on the most super cool place on the planet. Let's know about the author. She is Tishani Doshi. She is not only a writer, but a great dancer. She is a writer and a dancer of Welsh Gujarati origin. Her mother was a Welsh and her father was from Gujarat. She was born in Madras, India in 1975. She studied business administration and communicates at Queens College, Charlotte, North California, and gained a master's degree in writing seminars at Johns Hopkins University, Baltimore. She has published 6 books of poetry and fiction. Her essays, poems, and short stories have been widely anthologized. You know what does anthologized means? It is not written on a particular topic. Her themes are various. She has written on various topics. She won many prestigious awards for her writing. She is currently visiting professor of practice, literature, and creative writing at New York University, Abu Dhabi. This chapter is a travelogue of her expedition to Antarctica with high school students. She has traveling to Antarctica was a part of her research, part of her study, and she has gone there with a handful of children on Students on Ice program. These are the students who had gone on Students of Ice program on Antarctica. The greatest classroom on earth. Together we create a transformative learning experience that changes the way youth perceive the world and fosters the inspiration to make a difference. So children, you must be thinking, wondering why this chapter has been involved in your textbook. Because it's the age when you perceive the world and foster the inspiration to make a difference. G.F. Green started the program Student on Ice for high school students because he wanted to provide them with an inspiring educational opportunity to understand and value our planet. For students being the future generation of policymakers, a life-changing experience at an age will be helpful when they are ready to absorb, learn, and most importantly, act. Children, this is your age because now you can act, learn, understand. They need to take a closer look at the depleting environmental situation. Teenagers still have the idealism to save the earth. So how a journey begins? We'll talk that how G.F. Green started his journey on the ship. She started a journey in academic Chokolavsky, a Russian research vessel, headed towards the coldest, driest, and the windiest continent in the world. The journey began 13.09 degrees north of the equator. She crossed 9 time zones, 6 checkpoints, 3 bodies of water, and at least as many ecospheres to reach Antarctica. She had been traveling over 100 hours in combination of a car and aeroplane. And when she reached Antarctica, what was her first emotion on seeing how pristine it is? Beautiful, calm, a great relief to see Antarctica's expansive white landscape, an uninterrupted blue horizon, followed up with an immediate and profound wonder at its immensity. Immensity means vastness, hugeness, and its isolation, how cut off from the entire world. She was quite boggled up to think how there could ever be a time when India and Antarctica were part of the same landmass, geographically connected. World was not the same what we see today, with different oceans, different countries, different continents. It was of the same one landmass. Underneath their feet was a meter thick ice pack, and underneath that, 180 meter of living, breathing salt water. In the periphery, crab eater seals were stretching and sunning themselves like a stray dogs under the shade of a banyan tree, which were a feast to eyes. So, like in our place, how dogs and animals they sit and wonder. Similarly, seals and crabs were roaming around. See, this is Antarctica. How beautiful it is. So, why did she choose to visit Antarctica? To get a grasp of where we have come from and where could possibly be heading. That how did India become? How did America, South America, North America, Drake Passage, Himalayas, how did this world come into existence? And if not taken care of Antarctica, what would be our future? Author wanted to explore the history of Antarctica to get an idea about the evolution of mankind and various phenomena of Earth. The world's geological history is trapped in Antarctica. Antarctica gives us an idea how the Earth would have been like millions of years ago and how it got divided into various Earth masses. It's the best place to research and understand about mountain ranges and elevation continents, ozone and carbon, evolution and extinction. It is capable of giving an insight of the future, and that can be really startling. When India and Antarctica had the same weather, how Antarctica got frigid then, desolate, and settled at the bottom of the world. Let's see the history. So this is Gondwana. This is Gondwana, one landmass. You can see South America, North America, India, Antarctica, Australia, all were of the same one landmass. It was not divided. So a million years ago, there was a supercontinent known as Gondwana, from which Antarctica and India are supposed to have been parted off. The situation, however, was completely different from how it is right now. There were no humans and the climate was warmer, which gave rise to huge varieties of flora and fauna. So it was not frigid at that time. Gondwana flourished for 500 million years until dinosaurs got extinct and human beings came into existence. And 500 million years ago, these dinosaurs started getting extinct and human beings started coming into existence. The huge continent was then forced into segregation to form countries and the world as we know of today. India pushing northwards, jamming against Asia to buckle its crust and form the Himalayas. South Africa drifting off to join North America, opening up the Drake Passage to create a cold circumpolar current, leaving Antarctica frigid, desolate, and at the bottom of the world. So when Gondwana broke into pieces, here came the new globe, new world. So what is the condition of Antarctica at present? See how beautiful it looks, how cool, how calm, like a giant ping pong ball, devoid of any human markers, no trees, no billboards, no buildings, no houses, no humans, nothing. You lose all earthly sense of perspective and time here. And a place untouched by humans and their inventions. There is no light, no electricity, no human inventions. Antarctica is thoroughly untouched. It gives an experience that makes you forget all the other things. From small creatures like midges and mites to huge creatures like blue whales and icebergs as big as countries, everything can be found in Antarctica. Days are never ending with sunlight, all the time falling on the southern hemisphere. hemisphere. It is such a quiet place, uninterrupted only by falling mass of snow rapidly down a mountain. And it is a setting that forces you to ponder upon Earth's geological history and helps you to foresee future which for humans doesn't seem very pleasant. But if human will start go visiting Antarctica and showing its impact over there, what will be the condition of human impact on Antarctica? See, it's becoming destroyed. The condition, the glaciers are melting, the ice caps collapsing because we have started our life there. Human life on Earth has been since petty 12,000 years. In merely this less time, humans have managed to exploit each and every resource, thereby creating a chaos in the nature. The ever increasing human population is robbing other species of the necessities for survival. We are etching our dominance over nature with our villages, cities, towns, megacities, which left us battling with other species. Not to forget about the unlimited exploitation of fossil fuels that have created a blanket of carbon dioxide around our planet, which is further increasing the average global temperature, thus leading to global warming. Children, gradually the climate is changing. See how the earth is burning from blue to yellow. And climate change is one of the most hotly contested environmental debates of our time, and Antarctica is a crucial element in this debate. Global warming is a high priority concern these days. Questions like melting of Antarctic sheets, disruption of Gulf Stream, ocean, and how the world will end still remains unanswered. Regardless, Antarctica remains an important part, not only because it is untouched by humans, but also because of the ice core's half-million-year-old carbon records trapped in its layers of ice. According to the author, if one wishes to study and analyze Earth's past, present, and future, Antarctica is the best place to go. So, Antarctica, if due to human impact, here is a parable of phytoplankton. It is a single-celled plant found in Antarctica, which takes energy from sunlight and makes food chain for the entire living beings. How everything is interdependent. Antarctica is one of those places with limited biodiversity and thus has a less complicated ecosystem. As a result, little changes in the environment can have drastic efforts, big repercussions. For instance, the microscopic phytoplankton are grasses of the sea that sustains the entire Southern Ocean's food chain. Now, it has been recently concluded by scientists that a further depletion in the ozone layer can affect the activities of these single celled plants and affect their marine life altogether, which in turn will affect the lives of all the marine animals and birds of the region and the global carbon cycle. In the parable of the phytoplankton, there is a great metaphor for existence. Take care of small things, and the big things will fall at its place. So, if you take care of phytoplankton, the big things will automatically fall at its place. See, children, what we have done to our planet. A real threat to global warming. Sitting at your home reading, knowing is not sufficient. So the children were made to go to Antarctica. And when they see the ice shelves melting and iceberg collapsing, they realize a real threat to global warming. The place gives an awakening to threatening alarm that global warming is actually real. Who knows if Antarctica will be warm again? And even if it does, will we be able to see? Increasing temperatures can devastate human communities and wildlife habitats. Warmer climates are extending towards the poles, dramatically altering ecosystems. Melting polar ice caps raise sea levels and upset the delicate balance of ocean salinity. This imbalance may lead to a shift in ocean circulation pattern, which could wreak havoc with regional climates. Recent increase in sea surface temperatures are linked with more intense hurricanes. What is going to happen to our planet then? What will happen to this earth after another million years? No one can say, but Antarctica can give us some hints. The coldest place on the earth, Antarctica, wants us to take care of the earth so that it will take care of us. Reasons for success of student on ice program. So children had gone on Antarctica. What made the program so successful? The program has been immensely successful in implementing its vision by the way people are affected by seeing the real scenario, which is not possible to see and hear on radio and television. It is very easy to sit at home and talk about real issues, but actually seeing glaciers retreating and ice shelves collapsing gives you a glimpse into the future. How this is likely to rise the water level in the sea and the ocean, as a result of which many low-lying regions will be submerged underwater. It tells you that the very threat of global warming is real. Thank you, children.